What a fucking ordeal. Yeah, so not yesterday. Well, yeah, yesterday. Yesterday I left on the ferry and then I went to Calais, Maine, and tried to get into the U.S. and they pulled my car over and they searched the car and everything. And what was I gonna say? Sorry, I'm just still really burnt out because this has been an ordeal. Um, they denied me entry into the U.S. because they said I worked before while I was there, and I also stayed longer than 6 months. So, but they didn't give me a 5-year ban. The agents were conservative and sympathetic, but at the same time doing their jobs, and they have to do what they have to do. So they detained me for like from 8 o'clock p.m. till 12 o'clock midnight, and I had two choices. I could get a hotel and wait for the ferry in the morning, which is at 9 o'clock, and go back across, or drive around the whole Bay of Fundy, which I did. I decided I was like tired as fuck and could barely drive, but I still did it anyways. So I drove from like midnight, pretty much 12:30 a.m. till like fucking 8:30 or 9 o'clock a.m. and I'm back home now, as you can see. Um, they were asking me what relatives I had that were American. I said my great grandfather landed at Ellis Island. He was a full citizen. My grandmother had citizenship, dual citizenship. Who else? My mother has a permanent residence card and married an American. Who else? Just tons of family members, and tons of relatives, cousins, all kinds of people live in the U.S., right? So, my father lived in, where is it? Near Fort Myers. Since I was 4 years old, he kidnapped me and my brother and then brought us to Florida, changed our last names. This is the funniest part. Yeah, well, I don't know if I should say it, the name. But yeah, he changed our last names to this funny, stupid last name. And I don't know if he was a citizen. He lived in the United States until 10. Did he die about 10 years ago? Yeah, about 10 years ago he died, and he was there for a long, long time. So I don't know if he was a citizen or not, or just a permanent resident. So they were they were doing their job, but they were telling me things that I could do. You know what I mean? If your parent is a citizen, you're considered an American by default, right? Hey, what's going on? So if my father did have citizenship, then I'm legally an American. But I don't know how to find out because he changed his fucking last name like an idiot. Yeah, he kidnapped us, me and my brother, and then my mom got us back a year later, fought in court or whatever, got us back, and then yeah. So, but I'm not sure if he changed my last name and my brother's last name when we were during the time we were with him, right? I don't consider it kidnapping. He's my father, right? But hey, what's going on? Wow, people are joining. Cool. Yeah, so I got back here and like I was like having to shake my head when I was driving because I was like so tired. I was almost driving off the road. You know what I mean? Because and my friend bought me a car. The friend that I was going to see in the United States, and she said that I could give her name because of course I'm going to visit her. And I told them she bought me this car to be able to go see her. And I don't know. They just didn't care. They still turned me away. But they didn't give me a 5-year ban, which is good. Um, and I even had weed. I had weed too in the car, and I said, I have to declare that I have weed. It's like medicinal CBD weed, right? And they were like, it's a good thing you declared that because you could have got a $5,000 fine and or a $500 fine. They said if you hadn't declared it, you would have got a fine, even though weed's legal in Maine, right? So So yeah, now it's like I have three other options. Yeah, okay, for sure. Yes, okay, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I will. Yeah. All right. My friend is just saying, be cautious how you stream and what you say. It's true. Yeah. So now I can stay here and fight whatever they're gonna push legally, do the time. You know what I mean, or other things that I won't mention. Or I can go to Alberta. That's an option because they're more Republican, conservative, whatever. But tomorrow I got to call the U.S. consulate and figure out what my options are to immigrate to the United States. And if my dad was a citizen, then I'll be allowed to go, right? So I got to find out somehow. But it's hard because these are records from like I'm 52 now, so this when I was 4 years old. These are records from when I was I don't know 48 years ago or something. Yep. So yeah, I slept all day. I crashed hard when I got back here. I just went into the grocery store and grabbed just stuff that's quick and easy to make, and then I just fucking pigged out. I grabbed a big chunk of salmon and potatoes and broccoli, and then I just passed out, me and the dog. She was super good the whole journey, just like laying her head on my lap and just petting her. Oh, I could have declared asylum, they said, but they would have taken the dog, put her in a, you know, and I was like, no, no, I'm not doing that. And they said that she would either get rehomed or she could get put down even. So I was like, fuck no, that's my dog. I love my dog. And I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do that. And they said that they would just hold you in a detention center anyways until your case is decided. So this is the life of a political dissident. Yeah. But and they said that Canadians doing that aren't getting accepted, even though we're the same founding stock, you know, demographic and also conservative, like Trump supposedly is. And yeah, and he said that Canadians aren't getting, they're not winning asylum cases for political asylum because Canada is considered a first world safe nation. Yeah, well, not with this type of government, it isn't. So, but yeah, and that's it. That's pretty much it. What happened? Trying to think of something else. Oh, I need another coffee. I'm fucking barely awake here. The law hasn't passed yet. Supposedly, I need to check on that too. See what's going on with that. Oh, and on the way back, all the way through New Brunswick, almost every person I met was like conservative. It was awesome, right wing, whatever you want to call us. And there was some funny moments on the way back. Every gas station I stopped at, every store, I was like, yes. The funniest part was the Tim Hortons. I'm like, wow, you're not Indian. The guy just laughed because they're hiring a lot of Indians at Tim Hortons or whatever. So it was fucking hilarious. And I told a few of them to follow me too. Oh, met this beautiful girl on the ferry. She had a boyfriend, but she was like just talking to me and like so. She was like just ignoring her boyfriend and blah 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 blah. And she was beautiful. They were like runners, yeah, gorgeous girl. And then I was just looking at something, like not paying attention, and she walked right up and came right in front of me, and she grabbed my hand, or she shook my hand, and she was like, told me her name. It's bad. All I'm going to say, the state of the economy. The grandpa had a safe house when. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, for sure. What's your name? Username. It's hard to see. Sorry, my vision's blurry. My vision's going as I'm getting older. Okay, I see your name. Yeah, yeah. It's all going to shit, man. I just wanted to go see my friend. That's it. You know. They're like, how are you gonna support yourself? How much money do you have in your bank? I'm like, I'm not going that long. I was just going for a little while. But then at the end, I was like, you know, I told them about the laws and what they're trying to do up here. They're trying to take our freedom of speech away, and that, you know, you sending me back potentially puts me at risk, right? So, but yeah, they didn't. It's in their rules where they're not allowed to help. You know what I mean? Which is stupid because the left does. You know what I mean? There's literally people on the left from the United States coming to Canada and saying that, you know, they're trans or they're whatever, they're communists, right? And that Canada's just letting them in, right? So the normie conservatives won't do the same tactics that the left does. You know what I'm saying? So this is why the left always seems to win, because the right wing, the conservative side, won't use the same tactics, right? And Americans right now should be like, yeah, let in all the conservative Canadians, you know, and then get rid of all the Democrats, send them up north to. I wouldn't care. That'd be fine. But yeah, so. Oh my God, still tired. Yeah, and they were looking through some shit, and I was like, you know, I don't consent to any search of my private property. And they're like, well, we have the right to because we're Homeland Security. Fuck. When I left, I told the guy, follow me on X. It was funny. I was like, are you aware of what's going on in Canada? And they're like, yeah. I was like, okay, well. Yeah, so they were like half sympathetic, but like, we got to do our job too, sort of thing. And they let me off easy, which is fair. It's nice. So I can go back across if I can prove that my dad had citizenship, or even they said if I had a definitive plan, like a better plan, right? Like a job lined up. If anyone has a company and you want to give me a work visa, I'm a hard worker. Or, you know, just a definitive plan that's logical, makes sense, then there's a potential to go back. But I don't know what's going on in X. I don't have my computer hooked up. It's packed away. I got to unpack it. I got to see what's going on with the did it reach royal assent, right? So these laws they're trying to pass, they in Canada it works like you have first reading, second reading, third reading, and they've done all those three, and then it becomes law once it reaches royal assent, right? And then all of a sudden, people that were speaking freely all of a sudden become criminals. Yeah. So like the UK. So it's scary times, right? Even for me, I don't know what to do. Yeah. So I think I'm being careful how I'm phrasing things. Hopefully, no names. But yeah, it sucks, man. I was hoping to see my friend and then other friends, and I have a lot of friends down there, quite a few, who are just like-minded people. You know what I mean? They're Republicans or right wing or whatever you want to call. Yeah. So I gotta make another coffee. I'll be right back. I just figured I'd give people an update on what's going on, and if anybody could help in any way, specifically with the search about my father's citizenship. That's a hard one because of the name change, right? Like I had his birth name, the same name, his last name when I was born, and then yeah, and then he took us, kidnapped us, and changed his name to hide from my mother. So it makes it harder to search. But he was there for so long, and he had a legal business. My brother's like fully American. He was born in America, right? So yeah, there's like a lot of family members that are American, and if you go back to the French Acadian side, they even helped with the Civil War, right? Like, or the War for Independence. Sorry, not the Civil War. Uh, 1776 sort of thing, right? And I said also I have more family members down there than I have in Canada, which is true. When you look on Ancestry DNA, it's like it's all down the East Coast and right to Louisiana, right? All over the U.S. but mostly clustered there because they were Catholics, right? The French. So it's mostly French relatives that are popping up. Yeah, it's not fair, man. It's not fair at all. Right now, Trump should be like any Canadian that's conservative, that's pro-Trump should be fucking allowed in. This is what he should be doing, but he's not. He's not smart. You've been to Canada only once because I hop on a train. Oh, cool. You're trying to get to New York? Okay. Yeah, I'm closer to New York. I'm right across from Maine. New Brunswick's right next door to Maine, and then you go through around the Bay of Fundy, and then Nova Scotia's right here. So my French ancestors landed here in 1642, before Canada was even Canada, or America was even America. So that's what, like, the irony of all this, you know what I mean, is like just that alone. Fuck, come on, man. Let me in. I want to work. I want to be a citizen. I want freedom of speech and the right to defend myself. That's it. That's all I want. But yeah, they're trying to take those rights away in Canada. They're like, we're going to bring too many people from other places and also disarm you so that you can't defend yourself. That's cool. Yeah, I used to be nomadic too. I miss it, but I'm old now, you know what I mean? So it's harder to do. You're in pain all the time. You know what I mean? You get more reliant on comforts. Yeah. But yeah, I was fully nomadic for a long time. I was a street kid, right? So it was like backpack, a guitar, and my dog. That was it. And I went everywhere, all over the place. It was great. Sometimes it sucked really bad. But yeah, I hear you. Yeah, let me make a coffee. I'll be right back. Yeah, and so this whole blacksmithing thing has been put on hold because of all this that's going on. Like, how do I feel safe living in my home when my government has now become like the enemy and put us in fear? You know what I mean? For just self-expression and personal free speech, right? And that's why I haven't blacksmithed in the past month because it's like, what's the point, right? And nobody's buying shit anyways around here. Everybody knows I make stuff, but they don't care. So that's why I haven't done anything in the past. I've been trying to arrange how to become American and how to leave, right? But I didn't say anything on YouTube because I didn't want to be banned. YouTube's very, yeah. And one of the agents there, she was like, how come you got a VPN on your phone? How come you know what I mean? You must be trying to hide something. I said, you don't get that Republicans are censored and what do you call it? Targeted, and you don't understand that, like, yeah, especially Canada, right? And she's like, how come you have an American number? I said, because you guys have better plans, right? We don't have unlimited data plans. We don't have unlimited roaming. We don't have. Plus, it also skirts the censorship, right? If I use an American number, then I can sign up to anything, any social media online, right? There's more freedom. If your number is American, you get to total free speech. But if you live in Canada and sign up to social media, then the social media companies are obliged to obey the rules of, you know, Canada, and the rules of Canada are stupid. So yeah, there's that too. She just didn't get it. I'm like, you don't get it, like, but yeah. So all right, I'll be right back. I gotta make a coffee and fucking just right out of it. I feel like it was like somebody knocked me out when I woke up. It was like brutal. The tiredness. The drive was really hard. And I was flying too. I was like fucking just speeding, trying to get back home because I was already tired. I was already tired on the ferry ride before I even left from Digby. Oh man. But like also at the same time, I'm not a super popular streamer, and I'm not a super famous guy. You know what I mean? So there's a chance that nothing might happen. I don't fucking know, right? So now I got to figure out the next steps. What am I doing? Am I going to stay here and just fight it? Or am I going to go to Alberta? Or am I going to try to re-enter the United States, but with better documentation. Yeah. So, or there's another option, but I can't mention it because it's yeah, not good. The last option is the yeah, pretty much game over. Game over. Checking out. The good news though is my friend said the car was a gift. Don't worry about paying her back. She just wanted to help. And what was the other thing? And the bus is gone, so I have a bit of extra money. Um, you know what I mean? So there's a positive side, I guess. But I feel guilty whenever somebody gives me something or helps me in a big way that I have to work it off or pay them back, right? So that's going to be on my conscience for a while. Oh, and I need to get more weed, CBD weed, because it helps with the pain and it helps my headspace. Train hopping, oh, right on. Yeah, I knew some of the squeegee punk kids. I was friends with some of the squeegee punk kids, but I didn't like them because they were always hooked on heroin and shit. You know what I mean? They were a different generation of punk. I grew up in Toronto, and the punk scene was against hard drugs. They drank, did mushrooms, acid. You know what I mean? It's kind of hypocritical, I know, because those are all drugs too. But they were just against hard drugs, so they were against powders, cocaine and heroin and all that kind of stuff. And they would even beat up drug dealers if they try to come into their neighborhood. So they were pretty badass. And but yeah, the squeegee punks, it was like a whole different level of punk. You know what I mean? They were just like suicidal. They didn't care. Uh, Shitty tattoos everywhere, grungy, dirty looking all the time, and yeah, doing fucking hard drugs and shit and squeegeeing people's car windows. Like all of a sudden, there was just all these kids in the '90s that were squeegeeing people's windows and doing all kinds of other shit to get drug money. They ruined the punk scene because the punk scene used to be all working class people that had actual jobs. Some of them construction, some of them whatever they could get. Bicycle couriers. There was a lot of bicycle couriers in the punk scene. I was a bicycle courier for a while. Some of the real famous people in punk rock in Canada, I knew them personally and were, bicycle couriers. That was the thing, and we would all go to the bar. You and your friend are spending our 20s lives, live to the fullest. Yeah, for sure. Hold on here, I'm reading here. Train hopping, and I never did the train hopping. I did hitchhiking, and I also drove across Canada, but that was later. Your friend talked me into was me and my 18 and my friend are 20s. Oh, okay. Sorry, it's hard to understand the way you're typing the. I think you're trying to squeeze. Feel free to type a big long comment. I don't care. Don't try to squeeze it into a smaller, because it's easier to understand. It doesn't matter. I'm all good. Yeah, and I always interact with people that are out there, right? In a real personal way. I'll even go visit you if I like you, if we get along real well. And that's what I did. They're like, "How do you know all these people?" I said, "From social media, from streaming, right?" And she looked up my streamer name and couldn't even find me because I got banned in 2020. So she's like, "Where's your channel?" I said, "I got banned by YouTube. You don't understand that they're censoring conservatives?" She's like, "No, they're not." I said, "Holy fuck. Wake up, woman." Yeah. So, and that's something else the left's doing that the right would never do. The right believes in freedom of speech, right? So, when you've got a right-wing government in America now, and they're still letting liberals speak freely, right? Oh, it's okay. No worries. It's fine. I do too sometimes. I got really huge fingers, so it's hard to type on a little tiny phone. You know what I mean? From working, my hands got bigger. I remember I used to be able to play scales better and guitar. I should get my guitar out. I haven't played guitar in fucking a week because I had it packed. I had everything packed away, and I just took everything that was most dear to me, most valuable, you know what I mean? My two guitars, my computer, my phone, two phones, you know what I mean? The blacksmithing stuff, the welder, all that kind of shit. Everything that I left behind here I could lose and not be super sad about it because I can acquire it again, you know, from thrift stores or wherever, out of the garbage, or buy it, you know, Amazon. Be right back. Just gotta have a piss. Yeah, fucking unplugged upstairs here. It defrosted and water went everywhere. I forgot about that before I left, right? I left my family with the keys and, you know, because I trust them. I'd be like, you know, do whatever. I said, just, you don't have to do anything. Just don't clean up anything. Don't, you know, just leave it the way it is, right? For when I come back or if I come back. Yeah, that's what people don't get either. Is that like I was never fully a leftist, but I was like I was in their scene. You know what I mean? I was part of the scene. I was I was on the left. You know what I mean? Because of how we grew up, right? It was just normal. And growing up in a big city, you're taught to be multicultural. You're taught to be, you know what I mean? Don't discriminate, all that kind of stuff. But it's everything that's happened. I went from that to like, I got to get my shit together. I'm 29. I got to get my car, get a license, get a car, get a job, try to be normal. You know what I mean? Finally. And then that plus all the hatred I was seeing towards my type of people, we'll just say because I don't want to get banned from YouTube. What drove me? That's what drove me to the right. I didn't want to be right wing. Do you know what I mean? So your mom is nomadic. Oh, cool, awesome. Yeah, I liked it. If I won the lottery suddenly, I would get like a huge, beautiful RV. Not too big, like big enough that you could live in it, but small enough that you could still travel into the woods. When I was up in Nederland, Colorado, there was dudes who had like $150,000 BMW RVs with like 32-inch tires with the knobbies and everything. It was amazing. And these guys would just take these out, and they had big fucking lights on them, LED lights, and they had generators, everything. Like these guys could just park anywhere in the world and just survive. You know what I mean? It was amazing. So yeah, I would do something like that if I ever won the lottery. Sadly, I didn't win the lottery. I bought a ticket before I left. I was like, "Come on, if there's a God, please, you could change my entire future." But nope. I'm just cursed, I think. I've always had bad luck. I've always had hard life, very hard life, and it doesn't make sense. That's why I'm not religious, because I see people that are absolute idiots and terrible people, and they're just blessed. It's just money just flows. So it's crazy. Hey, Doug, what's going on? Yeah, I'm back home. Got denied. Yeah, so I'm just figuring out what am I going to do now? just stay put and say, well, fuck you. Go to Alberta. Oh, cool. Your dad's a long haul trucker. Nice. Yeah, my ex girlfriend's father was a long haul trucker. He was a logging trucker, and he gave her all these silver coins. He would buy, every time he found a dollar coin, silver dollar coin, he would keep it and saved it up for her. So she had like bags of silver coins. It was cool. But he drove off the road and died. Her her father. Sad story. She's had a hard life too. My daughter's mother. Yeah. But she's gone the opposite way. She's gone more towards the left, which she wasn't when we met. So that's kind of strange. She's embracing all this weird gender stuff, gender identity crap. Yeah. I don't know. She wasn't like that when I met her. She was just a woman. You know what I mean? But it's strange. We live in strange times. Very strange times. Yeah, so I'd figure I'd stream. I'll probably just keep streaming, I guess. Because why should you let anybody silence you or shut you up, right? I could go the cowardly way and just not stream anymore and try to delete all my social media. But like if they're gonna nail you, they're gonna nail you anyways for stuff you've said in the past before the law came into effect, right? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not. This isn't other stuff I got to look at too, right? Do I just delete everything and stop streaming, or if I do stream, not talk about anything political, or I don't fucking know. So this channel, the YouTube channel, wasn't meant to be political at all. It was just meant to be me blacksmithing, trying to learn and do something positive. But now, because of the circumstances, I'm streaming to it and talking about this because our freedom of speech is under threat. You know, under extreme threat, worse than the UK, I think. So, and that's not right. That should be illegal. That should be wrong. That should be every Canadian should be like no, whether they're liberal or conservative. Every fucking Canadian should be, because it affects you too as a liberal. If you say you're a liberal and say you're Jewish and you're a liberal, and you don't like them bringing in Islamic people that are terrorists, you know what I mean? You should defend free speech. If you're a liberal and you don't like the Gaza situation, you should be defending free speech, right? Because they're going to throw you in jail too, right? If you're talking about, you know, Jayish people and you don't like the Gaza situation, you're going to jail too. Or what's the other thing? I don't know. There's just all kinds of circumstances where if you start taking people's free speech away, then it affects both sides. It's not just a one-sided issue. Yeah, they're targeting the right, but they're going to target people on the left too. I think it's just about more control. The reason you chose a nomadic lifestyle. So are you still nomadic? Do you live in an RV or something? That's cool. Did I meet you before? Or did you just follow me? Oh, you went through a bad breakup? Soul searching. Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, last time I traveled, it was 2024. I was heartbroken over somebody really badly. And at the same time, they were trying to do this before. They were trying to do Bill C-36, they call it. It never passed. It only went to the first reading or something. Or maybe second reading, I can't remember. And yeah, I was terrified of the government, and I was like, and this was right after COVID too, right? So I had seen the government uh, murder people who didn't want to wear masks. You know what I mean? They murdered a woman in Toronto. They, restrained her and choked her and stuff, and she died. There was a couple other people too, that they were forcing to wear masks and all that kind of stuff, right? So that's fucking scary. And then they were talking about building detention centers on old military barracks, but also building brand new multi-million dollar detention center holding facilities for people that didn't want to take the vaccine, right? So this is real stuff. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It was actually happening. And so after all that, and then the trucker protests happened, and they, Trudeau resigned or whatever, and then everybody just kind of forgot about it, right? So, but yeah, so that's I can relate to the traveling. Yeah, every time I've had like something bad happen in life, and I just moved and went somewhere new, it helps sometimes. Sometimes it's worse though. Sometimes wherever you end up ends up is worse than where you left behind, right? And I was always that type of person. Like, things suck here. Maybe they're better over there. Well, maybe they're better over there. Maybe they're better over there. But at some point, you got to stop. You know, at some point, you got to put roots down and just say, no, I'm making a stand. This is where I'm staying, and I'm going to be rooted to this spot, sort of thing. So yeah, I got to decide. I got to decide what I'm going to do. And there is a even if I spent some time in jail, I've been in jail before, and I'm pretty tough, so I'm not really worried about that. Um, it gives you time to think, and it gives you time to exercise, and no smoking in jail. And maybe the government changes at the end of it, and you actually get some recognition for, you know what I mean, for facing a hard time, right? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'd love to be nomadic again, though. Yeah. You've been to Mexico? Oh, well. Yeah, I haven't been there. I was always kind of scared of Mexico because there's like no one to protect you, no laws. You know what I mean? It's just run by cartels and corrupt governments and shit. Once you're in that situation, there's no escaping from it, right? So, but yeah, lots of people go and have a good time, and you know what I mean. So, but I never went to Mexico. I've been all over North America. I've been to England, and that's about it. So I haven't been a lot of places. I mean, I've been a lot of places in North America. Yeah, I've seen the entire United States pretty much, except for Arkansas and Mississippi and what are some other states? New Mexico. I never got to go to New Mexico. And Nevada. I never got to go to Nevada. Wish I had another joint. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go for a car ride. What time are they open? Oh, it's already too late. The liquor store sells the weed here. But like I said, nothing could happen too, because I'm not a super famous streamer. I'm not really influencing anybody, majorly. And I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to speak my mind. My mom, she's like, nothing's gonna happen. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It's crazy times we live in. I hop on a train going north from Mexico. Oh, cool. So you were like hardcore. Were you like a Were you like a punk rocker or just a train hopper? Yeah, you were way more hardcore than me. I liked a bit of comfort. Even when I hitchhiked across Canada, I had a like a pop up tent and a sleeping bag. It was heavy, man. My backpack weighed like 100 pounds, and my dog. So when I got too tired from hitchhiking, I would find a little wooded area anywhere and just set up my tent, and then wake up and pack it all up and stick your thumb out again. But yeah, like that, the way you're doing it, you don't got nothing really, just a small backpack probably and yourself. Yeah, and I wasn't gonna go see anybody that didn't want me to visit them as well, right? I have to add that for certain people possibly listening. I had no intention of going anywhere near anybody that doesn't want me to visit them. So I was just going to see friends only, just like last time. People had made false accusations like that I was like, going to go harm somebody or just to cause shit, I think, or make themselves look like a bigger victim than they already are. It's funny, the people that are claiming to be victims have like all kinds of money and privilege and support, and you know what I'm saying? It's fucking hilarious. Meanwhile, there's me. I'm like, yeah, we were talking, and my friend was like talking about Job in the Bible. It's more like I'm more like Job or Joseph. You know what I mean? Gets fucked over by family, or just bad things happening all the time. And I hope there's a nice ending to the story. and it's not just a tragedy story. You know what I mean? But I guess that's up to me, right? How I react to all this and what I choose to do. But yeah, it could end up just being a total tragedy story. Man, man fights and ends up dead. And I'm tired. I'm tired from all the shit that's happened during my life. I got kidnapped when I was 4. My mom was stressed out, always working, and took it out on us. I know it's not her fault, but it's the way things were. And then I ran away because I got tired of was getting bullied at school, bullied in the neighborhood, bullied by my mom's boyfriend, and then I'm homeless at 13. It's just been one thing after another, nonstop. And now this is like the first time I've gotten to relax, finally get my shit together, work hard, save money, buy land, clear the land, build a house twice, and then years and years of just being alone. The only thing crazy about this situation is just the loneliness, right? Gets to you, being like a hermit, a real hermit, right? And just cutting off. Because I've had a lot of bad experiences with people. I've met a lot of shitty people out there in the world. So like, the more of those happen, the more you want to close off to the world, and you just want your own little space where you can just, be yourself and do your own thing and be left the fuck alone, right? So, but I don't really want that either. I want connection with people. I want friends. I want hugs. I mean, I want handshakes. I want everything that goes with, the good of associating with people. That's why I wanted to go to America, because there's more like-minded people there. In Canada, there's conservatives, but they don't really, they hide it. You know what I mean? They hide it. They're not openly like, yeah, I'm fucking. I know they hide it in the States too, some people, but you know what I'm saying. The people I met in the States, like, whether they were left or right, they still respected each other more than Canadians do. Because they were like, the left would be like, I respect that you say that even though I don't agree with your views, right? And the right was the same way. When I met people in real life, I'm not talking online, all this online bravado that people put out. When I actually met people and you're actually confronting people in person, you know what I mean? There was that aspect to it, that they have the boxcar are not good because get hot. Oh yeah, you could burn, yeah, but good because you can hide. Yeah, yeah. There was those grain. Are they grain carriers? There's like a metal part on the front and the back. That's where the gutter punks said they would hide in those. Oh, or open box cars, yeah. Then they started checking though all the cars, and the gutter punks said that they got beat up with like metal pipes and stuff. You know what I mean? Because yeah, these guys were paid to just beat the living crap out of gutter punks and hobos and stuff like that. I heard horrible stories about that happening to many, many people. I am fortunate in that way, even though I've had a shitty life. It's been like there's always someone kind of watching out for me. Do you know what I mean? Because some of the stories I've heard and things I've seen happen to people are fucking terrible, way worse than anything I've been through. So, you know, I'm half out on God. Does God exist or does God not exist? Or is it just some higher power? Is there someone watching out for you, or are you just lucky at the last minute? You know what I mean? A lot of times it's been people that help, but it's always at the last minute. It's right before you think you're doomed. They call it when I was studying astrology. They call it. It was in my chart. They said it was help at the 11th hour, right when you think that you're completely screwed. Something magical happens or whatever. Something almost miraculous. Yeah. So I've had a lot of those things happen. Somebody helps at the last minute, or just you just run into someone you don't even know, and you're like, it's like the perfect timing, sort of thing, right? Yeah. So I'm hoping like Job or Joseph, to use biblical examples, because certain people are getting more hyper religious. I'm hoping that, for being honest and being truthful and trying to be a good person, that there's some kind of good outcome at the end of it all. You know what I mean? Like, look, Joseph became the one of the co-rulers of Egypt, right? By the Pharaoh. What happened to Job? He lost everything, didn't he? But what happened after? After, yeah, he was being tested. Maybe I'm being tested. Maybe this is all a test, and I pass or whatever. Hopefully, I don't know, man. I don't know. Or maybe the world's just fucked and it's all going to hell. I have no idea. But it affects you either way, whether you're on the right or the left, whether you're tall or short, skinny or fat, whatever, black or white, whatever you are. Everybody deserves personal freedom, right? It's not something you're entitled to. It's something you got to fight for. But you know what I mean. That's what America was supposed to be founded on, wasn't it? That you know you're all you're not equal, but you're considered equal under the law, right? And you have the same rights, the same privileges, the same freedoms. That was the whole idea of it, right? Of America and Canada. But we never got a constitution. We got a charter of rights and freedoms that's can be notwithstanding. They have a notwithstanding clause in our charter of rights and freedoms. Like, yeah, you have all the total personal freedom unless, notwithstanding, the government doesn't think so. So that's what they're using now. They're using that notwithstanding clause to, you know, declare people that speak freely as terrorists. Probably that's what they're going to try to do, which is crazy. Even though I've hurt nobody, I haven't punched anybody, I haven't kicked anybody, I haven't sabotaged anybody's personal property or slashed their tires. I haven't Molotov cocktailed anybody. I haven't, you know what I mean? I haven't poisoned. I haven't put sugar in anybody's gas tank. I haven't put poison in anybody's food. I haven't done anything terroristic to anybody, and I haven't. I've I might have threatened people a few times, but they were threatening towards me, either directly or by proxy through other people, right? So I'm justified in that too, because you know. But other than that, yeah, I don't go out of my way to fucking harm people because I don't want to be harmed, right? It's just common sense. Don't hurt people if you don't want to be hurt, and don't lie to people if you don't want to be lied to. Don't cheat on people if you don't want to be cheated on. It's all common sense. Do unto others, golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Or you could twist it if you're Old Testament. You could say, do unto others as they've done to you. Whichever. It all comes out the same. The worst thing I done was trespassing. Yeah, same here. Like I broke into a place when I was a homeless kid, and it was a construction site. It was somebody's house. We all went in there and we were sleeping, me and my girlfriend, and they arrested us. I never seen her again actually after that because I left. They put me on probation, and my probation was to not get arrested again. So I left right away. I left the province that I got arrested in because you can't, if you don't get arrested there, you're fine, right? So that was the end of that. But yeah, we thought it was an abandoned building. You know what I mean? But it turned out it was somebody not doing a good job of renovations. And then I don't know. I've done worse things when I was a juvenile, but I was around a bad element of people where it was like those people were like praised, kind of. You know what I mean? They were praised. They were looked up to. They were the more badass you were, the more people fucking thought you were awesome, sort of thing, right? So, not blaming them. It was my choice, but if that's around you, people are influenced by what's around them, right? Just like now, people are there's all this lefty stuff going on, and people are influenced by it. Suddenly, you have people questioning their gender, right? Suddenly, you have people. I don't know. Humans are like that. Humans are easily influenced by other humans. So, not everybody. The real people aren't. The real people don't care what everyone else is doing. Like my mom used to say, if everyone was jumping off a cliff, will you go do it too? You know, it's true. So yeah, I can't say the same. I've done worse things than trespassing, but I was a kid though. You know what I mean? I was a teenager and young adult. So, and like I said, you watch the most badass people become the richest, most famous, most feared people in Canada, right? So of course you're going to look up to that and want to be like them, right? Yeah. But then I realized that's not me. I'm not that kind of person. I don't have that character to be ruthless completely, you know, because I have a heart. So I left that behind too. Your friend has a warrant, and oh, okay. Well, you shouldn't talk about. Well, I don't know. Don't get your friend in trouble. Long story. He's started a. Oh, okay. That sucks. Yeah, it's not good. Bar fights aren't good, and they're chaotic too and get out of control. So you can be tough as hell, but if there's three people hitting you, then you're gonna go unconscious or get hurt. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are, how big you are. Yeah, bar fights are not good. It usually starts over a woman too. Someone's some woman hits with some woman with her boyfriend there hits on a man when she's not supposed to be, or a man hits on some other guy's girlfriend, and boom, that's how the bar fight starts. Or it could be a political disagreement, even just someone being rude and someone gets rude back, you know, and then they boom. Next thing you know, you got fucking 8 people, 10 people fighting, smashing things, and I've seen fights like that. We were in this one bar, and it was a biker bar, and the skinheads came in, and they were after somebody. It was crazy. So you had bikers fighting skinheads. It was like, whoa. I hopped on one of the tables and grabbed a pool cue, and I was just like, if anyone comes at me, I'm gonna hit them with the pool cue. But nobody did though, so it was cool. You got let off with. Oh, okay, that's good. Good. Yeah, well, if they hit you first, then yeah, it's self defense, right? Or if they started it with you, that's good. I'm glad you got off. Yeah, they should never throw anyone in jail over self defense. If you're just minding your own business and having a drink or wherever you are, and people start attacking you or being fucking mean and rude and shit, then and they hit you, so you should never go to jail for self defense. But they're trying to do that in Canada as well. There's people defending themselves and they're going to jail, right? I guess that's everywhere. Maybe in the states too. And depends on the state and who runs it and what governor and what, you know what I mean, what mayor, what political figure. Nobody in authority should be political at all. You know what I mean? You should be following the laws of the land, like the legal rules. That's what you're hired and to be a member of parliament or Congress or whatever the hell you have political system you have. You should, if you're a good government worker, you should be obeying the law, right? But now people are using their um, political ties. They're using government positions to use their political to gain a political advantage, which isn't fair. Yeah. So if one side does it, the other side's going to do it back, right? And that's what you're seeing now. Trump's doing it legally, right? With all the laws. He's using the laws to push through what he wants, you know. But the left did that before Trump got in for years and years and years. They censored people on social media. Yeah, and you've got these billionaires that own social media companies who are leftist leaning, right? So they're using their position of power in big tech to control speech and control what people get to say and don't get to say. And that ain't right. Because like social media is like a public forum. It's open to everybody. So If you're going to make it open to everybody, you need to make it free speech, right? But they're not. They're using it, they're amping up some stuff and then suppressing other stuff to make it look like everybody agrees. What do they call that? Manufactured consent, yeah. Like what System of a Down talks about. I don't know where the term comes from. Who invented that term? Where does that come from? Manufactured consent. Yeah, it's in a couple System of a Down songs where they talk about it. So, like war, yeah, they'll make a war and then they'll manufacture the consent for the war. Like they did with they're terrorists. They have weapons of mass destruction. There might not be any actual weapons of mass destruction there. So everybody agrees because, yeah, humans do that too. They'll label somebody and then everybody attacks that person. That's the horrible part of humanity. And people think they're doing a good thing because they think they're fighting evil, but they're actually being evil, like the Nazis did and the USSR did and all dictatorships. They just labeled a bunch of people, and then everybody thought they were doing a good thing by eliminating those people. When in fact, they were probably eliminating the people that wanted to preserve their freedom the most, right? It's crazy. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen now. I didn't check X. I should have checked, actually, whether that went to law. Even if they make this thing a law, they're still going to it's going to take them time to go round everybody up, you know what I mean? They don't have enough manpower to do it. And in Canada, they're trying to get people to give up certain guns that they think are more scary, even though any gun can hurt you. They're trying to go after legal, law-abiding gun owners while they hand out illegal guns to newcomers, which is scary. Canada's scary in a way, yeah, because anyone could just show up where you live with an illegal gun, right, and shoot you. And you, as a legal gun owner, cannot defend yourself against that person without facing some kind of criminal prosecution. Not mean and cruel by nature, but yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. Yeah, I'm a very mellow person and very peaceful. I don't even like arguing with people. It makes me feel it makes me feel violent and it makes me feel angry and you know what I mean. And it makes me feel upset and I don't even like drama. I don't even like drama. Like I was never a big fan of Jerry Springer or you know what I mean. Those kinds of shows. I watched them a bit, but it's just leaves you with a feeling of dystopian. It leaves you with a feeling of no hope for humanity. That people are this bad. Are humans really this fucked up? You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, and if you're a mellow, peaceful person and there's all this chaos going around, it really can disturb you, you know what I mean? People that like it doesn't disturb them as much. They thrive on it, I guess. But I don't. I've been just looking for peace my whole life, right? Peace without the loneliness and boredom and, you know, I want an ideal situation, you meet somebody, you get along with them, you're best friends, but you love them, you marry them, and you just live happily ever after until you're gone, you know? But I don't think that's going to happen. You never know. Who knows? I hope I run into that girl again from yesterday. She was beautiful. Short, blonde. She was a jogger. She was wearing tight spandex. Oh my god. And she was just like blah 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 right in front of me talking to me. And I was looking at her boyfriend and he didn't care, so I was like, okay. Just talking to her. She seemed to like me better than her boyfriend. It was awesome. Or she just related to me more than her boyfriend or something. Maybe he's just a quiet guy. He was there in the background. Not that I'd want to steal her from her boyfriend, but if I ran into her again and she was single, oh hell yeah, in a heartbeat. We would probably just yak for hours, talk, 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 talk. That's the kind of thing I'm looking for with somebody. Hoping I run into someone like that before I'm too fucking old. It used to be easy when I was younger. I had all kinds of girlfriends, but everything changed. I changed too, though. I stopped hanging around and being social. I was just working all the time. And I didn't bother with like trying to date people or join dating sites because it was all just a bunch of girls that they just hop from guy to guy to guy. You know what I mean? I had tried that too, and it's just yeah. And then you get older. You're not as good looking as you were when you were a kid. You know, teenager, late teens, early 20s, 30s. So everything got harder, and then everything got more leftist. Feminism, more extreme kind of thing, right? They're brainwashing women that the good guy is this type of guy, not the natural guy that just behaves the way he naturally behaves, right? Those are the bad men. They're toxic, toxic masculine. Like masculinity is toxic. It's not though. It's the masculinity is the guy that opens the door for you, or walks on the outside of the sidewalk so that you're protected from cars. It's the guy that will fight for you if another man or if someone tries to harm you. He would defend you with his life, right? That's positive masculine traits that we just naturally do these things as guys, right? Yeah. So they've brainwashed the majority of women that, or the guy that does romantic things for you. He buys you flowers, he buys you chocolates. He's always buying you gifts, or you know what I mean, complimenting you, or, nowadays they've convinced women that that's the bad guy. That's the guy that wants you. The guy that will show you love is the bad guy, and the guy that doesn't care about you is the good guy, right? It's like everything's inverted, upside down and backwards, right? Or worse, they've convinced women that the guy that just the guy that gives you the most money is like the best guy, and that's not even true either. You know what I mean? Because if you're a woman and you marry a man and you're relying on his money, he's in control of you, right? So that's not necessarily the good guy either. They have this fantasy that they're going to meet a good rich guy, which if you look at people in the world who get money, they're usually not good people. They're very ruthless type people who have no morals and don't care, right? It's about getting the dollar, getting the almighty buck. So that's a false reality too. If you think you're relatively attractive and you think that you're gonna find this super good guy with all kinds of money, six-figure salary that's gonna, even though you've got a past that's really terrible, those kind of guys, even if you meet one, he's gonna not want someone with that kind of past. You know what I mean? He doesn't want a woman that slept with lots of guys. He doesn't want a woman that's a feminist who's out of control. He doesn't want a woman that's on psychiatric meds. He doesn't want a woman that's got mental illness. On and on and on, right? Those types of guys. If you happen to meet one that are super well off, they're not looking for you. Otherwise, you would have found one already, right? So, yep. The guys, like, I don't know. I think we have a more reasonable fantasy about women. Just someone that won't cheat on you, someone that's helpful. They're like your best friend. You can talk to them about anything. Someone you can confide in and trust, with your feelings. Yeah. But then the MGTOW side, like JLP, tells you having feelings is feminine, right? You're not a man if you have feelings. So yeah, we're getting a number done on our heads too, right? Because that's the worst thing you can do as a guy is to repress your feelings. The people that end up doing these crazy things, like the what's his face there, the bulldozer man, killdozer man, that guy, nobody listened to him. They fucked him over, the town. You know what I mean? And he was just trying to start a business there and all that, and he held his feelings in, and then he slowly constructed this killdozer thing. You know what I mean? And that's what happens when men don't express their feelings. So I wouldn't say that's positive or healthy or natural either to listen to people like Jesse Lee Peterson. Yeah. So and supposedly he's done gay things anyways, supposedly, which makes him a total hypocrite because he's against that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, men and women are both getting brainwashed in a really bad way. You know, I wouldn't want to return to my childhood when it was like that for men. Men didn't show feelings. If you showed feelings, you're weak. I would want to be part of that again because then that allows the most psychopathic men to rise up, right? You know, guys that don't express feelings because they don't have any feelings. Yeah. So, and it was very hyper Christian. How what I grew up, it is what it is. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, a lot of people say that. It is what it is. Does what it does. What's that other saying? My buddy had a funny saying he used to say all the time. Wherever you are, there you are. Wherever you go, there you go. I thought it was funny. And the other one was, don't take life too seriously. You'll never get out of it alive. I had to sit and think about it for a second. I'm like, oh yeah, it's true. You won't get out of it alive. Nobody does. It was hilarious. My native buddy, Fernando, rest in peace. He was a free spirit. He wasn't always a good guy, but he was a free spirit, man. He just that guy did whatever he wanted to do, even if there was shitty consequences. He didn't care. He was just wild, right? He had the wild instinct of the Native Americans. He had a lot of that in him. He was only half Native, half Spanish or something. They used to call him the Spindian, Spanish Indian. He was my best friend for a while. We had some fun times drinking. I same thing. I had had something terrible happen that I was upset about, and same thing. And then I took off, and I met my friend there. We had a good time. Drink. We were just always drunk. That was our life mission every day was get up and look for more booze, and then see who we could run into and who we could party with. It was crazy. The dog's passed right out. She's all tired. Poor baby. Cramped. She was cramped in the car. Are you doing all right? You tired? Your big journey in the car? Yeah. She's so good. I couldn't give her up. Thinking like, who the hell would have her, right? They're like your kid, and they're helpless because they can't speak. They have no thumbs. You know what I mean? So if I claimed asylum, they would have just taken her and put her in an animal shelter. And if nobody wanted to adopt her, they would have put her down, right? And just and they might refuse me anyways after all that. You might be sitting in a detention center for 2, 3 months waiting for your case to be heard, and then your dog ends up dead. I mean, I could give her to my brother, but he gets kind of mean sometimes. He gets angry. He gets too, and I'd worried that he'd not hurt her, but just, she's used to me being really mellow with her. I'm very rarely ever raise my voice or do anything mean with her. Only when she's doing something stupid like, don't roll in that shit, or uh, don't poop in the house. She doesn't poop in the house, but you know what I'm saying. Unless she's doing something totally stupid, I don't abuse my dog or yell at my dog. How me and my friend pick next location is pick a direction. Me and my friend are a guy living the best lives. Nice. Good. Yeah, yeah, I might end up going to Alberta. I don't know. I don't know anybody there. I only know one person. This girl, younger girl. She's married. I'm friends with her and her husband both, so I could do that. And she said where she lives isn't too bad. It's kind of a cool place or something. I don't know. But then I'm like homeless. You know what I mean? And I got no fucking home. And I'm so used to having a home now. I don't know if I can do this kind of life, right? Anymore. Fuck, I'm in so much bad pain. I'm gonna take another one. Fuck it. YouTube, you're promoting drug use. No, I'm in pain, motherfucker. I'm always in pain now too. That was my reward for trying to be normal. You know, they tell you you're this free spirit punk rock kid roaming around, and everybody puts you down for not having a job and staying in the same place for 30 years. Oh, you know what I mean? That's my reward for trying to be normal and just do what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? I never complained about it. It was that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to work and take care of yourself and pay your own bills and blah blah blah. But I'm complaining now about the pain on the other end. You know what I mean? All those roofs I had to shingle, all those floors I had to strip, all the fucking mold I had to breathe in. Now, thank God I don't have a problem with black mold. Because, man, I ripped apart places that were just full of black mold and never got sick once. Didn't bother me. I'm tough as fuck that way. Physically, immune system wise. You know what I mean? Nothing makes me sick hardly at all. I never get sick, actually, which is weird. Very rarely. Only when I, like, breathe in too much, smoke too much, or breathe in. I very rarely get sick, yeah. It takes a really strong flu or cold for me to get sick. Because I think being homeless as a kid, I encountered so many germs that my immune system just got super strong. You know what I mean? Plus, growing up in a big city, even in daycare, you know what I mean, when you're like a baby, um, kindergarten and all that, and daycares and stuff, right? We were constantly getting. I got sick so much as a kid, but you were always catching other people's germs. So now I hardly ever get sick at all. See, so there's a good aspect to some things that happen that are bad, right? You always got to look at the positive side of things. Sometimes something bad can happen, but it leads you totally to the new direction that you were meant to go anyways. You know what I mean? Like fate, God, whatever you want to call it, sometimes steps in and just pushes you. They're like, nope, you're too comfortable here. You're not gonna progress, so we're gonna fuck up your circumstances and push you this direction. You know what I mean? If when you read biographies or documentaries, watch documentaries of famous people and how their lives went and they who did great things, right? It's always life just fucking redirected them. And if it hadn't, like Michael Faraday and some of these industrialists, what were they called? Rockefeller and all these guys, J.P. Morgan, and I've watched their stories and shit, and just you know, people always the left is always like rich people are all evil, but if you listen to their stories, these people were pretty good people. They had some flaws and they did do some bad things, but overall, they did more good for humanity than they did bad. They industrialized and modernized the world, and what's his face there had Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie had libraries, put libraries everywhere in charity. You know a girl in middle Kansas? She's pretty. If you settle down, you'll return to her. I promise her. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I hope you do. I hope she's the right one. I wish for everybody to find love. I don't care if you're fucking gorgeous or ugly or tall or short or fat or skinny. I wish everybody to find true love in the whole world. You know what I mean? Because I think everybody would be much happier and there'd be more peace in the world. If you feel loved, you're not going to do anything crazy or violent or. That's what I think is people are lacking love. That's why so many people are doing so many crazy things, right? You know, like if you're truly loved, you're not going to be out there protesting and stuff. You're not going to be out there fighting with people. You know what I mean? You're less likely to snap. You're less likely to get angry. You're less likely to feel misunderstood. You know what I mean? It's if society promoted that, people having good monogamous relationships, the world would be a better place for sure. Like it used to. That was the one thing I agree about Christian values. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, that's fair of you to do too, because you know, I mean, you'd break her heart if you get connected to her and then you just end up taking off. She's gonna be left there holding the bag, right, and just all alone. So yeah, that's good of you to do. A lot of guys would just, you know, sleep with her and get her all attached to them and then take off. And at least you warned her, right? That's fair. Yeah, and you should warn anybody. Any person should warn people of their, you know, their dispositions. Like, if you're going to be with me, you got to accept this and this and this. You know, don't set stupid, unrealistic conditions, but you know, make people aware of. You know, like me, I got a bad temper sometimes, right? I tell people that right up front. You know what I mean? Or I don't like chaos and drama. So if you have chaos and drama in your life, remove it from your life or get yourself away from me. Whether it doesn't matter how much I love you or you know what I mean, or care about you. If you got drama around you and shitty friends, I don't want nothing to do with you. Yeah. So what else? I don't know. You know what I mean? You should tell people what your expectations are and your conditions of being in a relationship. Don't just hook up with them and then they're surprised, you know what I mean, or shocked. It's I've always done the same thing too. Yeah, and I don't like cheating. I tell girls right up front, if you're a cheater and you've cheated in past relationships, you know what I mean, I don't want nothing. I don't even want to go out with you, for one, unless it's like just once or something. But once a cheater, always a cheater. I tell girls right up front, if you cheat, if we get together and you cheat on me, I'm gonna get angry, really angry. I may even hurt you. So I warn them right up front. I don't want somebody like that. That's why people end up getting hurt. Um, Women do it too. Uh, Domestic violence is always one person cheating, or one person that's like more of a taker, not a giver. So they're the person that's the taker is the psychologically abusive person, not the giver. But the society's flipped that too to make it like the person that's the abuser is the victim, right? The person that's the abuser becomes the victim because the person that's the giver retaliates, right? So it's bad to whether you're if you're a woman that's jealous and monogamous, then you should warn guys. Like, you know what I mean? If you cheat on me, I'm going to kick your ass, right? Like you should just tell them right up front that you expect someone not to be a cheater. It's fair. So, I wish someone had taught me that when I was younger. I fell in love with chicks and they were like horrible selfish takers that were cheaters and psychologically abusive too. She told me if we meet again, I will go with you. Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, but they don't wait forever. Women have a lot of offers. You know what I mean? If you wait too long, she might end up marrying somebody and then you lose her forever, right? So there's that too. You can't expect someone to wait for you forever. Eventually they give up and then they go with someone else who treats them better. Do you know what I mean? Not saying you're treating her bad, but people want to be in a relationship. They want love. They want companionship. And if you're out wandering, you don't offer that to her. You know what I mean? She's going to go with whoever provides that, even if he's less attractive than you. Guaranteed. Because I've been in that situation too. I've been in both the situation where I've waited for people, but also people were waiting for me. And that's how it always goes. I lost the love of my life that way. She, I waited for her, and she wouldn't leave this guy who was abusive to her, anyways. But she was bound to him, you know what I mean? Like she felt like she had a duty to stay with this guy, and he was like partially blind, so she kind of took care of him, you know what I mean? It was the motherly instinct, but he was a dick. He was a total dick. I don't know why she even put up with him. And then finally we hooked up, and then I got arrested, and I never saw her again. Me and my friend are going to Kansas. Nice. Right on. Well, I hope you hook up with her. I hope it works out. I hope you marry her. Settle down. And if you're a nomad, find a chick that's a nomad. Find a chick that likes the RV life or whatever. There's lots of girls that do. Yeah, most of the RV chicks I met though just like to sleep around. You know what I mean? They're in that lifestyle for the freedom of doing whatever you want whenever you want. And I've been that kind of person too. I've been the kind of person that didn't even want relationships and just slept around with people. And I've been the kind of person that's been in a relationship and doesn't want to sleep around with people. In between, you know what I mean? When you get your heart broken and you get hurt, you know what I mean? Sometimes you go through a phase, whether you're male or female, where you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to have sex and enjoy myself, but I don't want to be with, you know what I mean? I don't want to be with anybody because I don't want to get hurt again. Don't want my feelings hurt. So I've been that kind of guy too. Not much, but I've been that kind of guy. It doesn't feel right though. It always feels like wrong, you know, because I'm not offering anything, and also you get feelings for the person, right? Even if you don't intend to, it happens. And they're the kind of person that doesn't want a relationship, so you're just hurting yourself if you try to get with a girl who doesn't want a relationship. Or if you're a woman and you try to get with a guy who doesn't want a relationship, you're just hurting yourself. You're doing it to yourself. Yeah. You pray to meet her again? I hope you do. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I got turned away, Eric. U.S. Customs said no. Fuck, man. So now I got to figure out plan B. What do you think I should do? Yeah, comments on what I should do. Should I go to Alberta? They said if, because my dad lived there from when I was 4. I don't know if you heard the first part of the stream. He lived in Florida from when I was 4 till he died. So he might have been a citizen. They said if he was a citizen, then I'm automatically American. But if not, if he was just like a permanent resident, then no living in America for this guy. What have you been making videos? What have you been up to? This is my friend Eric that I visited in Texas. I feel like I hit the lotto in life. Oh, nice. Good. Being a Native American. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you did. Well, not native with feathers, but yeah, I get you. Native is like born American. I hear you. Yeah, you're right. You're probably right. Although your state though does have a lot of immigrants. You gotta go because I gotta catch a train. Oh, okay, right on. Good luck. Literally got a train hopper on my stream. This is awesome. Either that or they're a really good troll. But either way, it's interesting. Yeah, you must have data on your phone. Yeah. So, hey Eric, can you look up for me? Look up, did Bill C9 reach royal assent? Or ask Grok. Do you use Grok? You must be using Grok, Eric, because you're using AI with your videos you make with the Adobe Express. AI is pretty cool in some ways. The other day I was flirting with it. It had a female voice. It was called Eve, and I was like talking dirty to it, and it was fucking funny as hell. I should have recorded it. Just talking nasty to it, and it tries to go along with it, right? But it's not. It doesn't feel like a human. You know what I mean? But I guess some people that are mentally ill might get fooled by that, which is really terrible. But yeah, it's funny as hell. You could be like, "Hey, Eve, I want you to suck my," and then it's like, "Oh yeah, baby." Eve starts talking dirty to you and shit. It's fucking hilarious. I was having some fun before I left the other day. What an ordeal too. I had to took the ferry across and then had to drive all the way back around. It's like an 8-hour drive around the whole Bay of Fundy. Fucking nuts, man. The car runs good though, so that's a good thing. And it's still packed. See, I don't even know if to unpack my car Should I unpack my car or should I just fucking go somewhere else now? What the hell do I do? I wish there was a girl out there that was conservative. It'd be like, yeah, come to me. I like you. Come live with me. You can hide out here. I'd be like, hell yeah, let's go. Come on, Raven. Fuck yeah. Guys were not as lucky though as women. If I was female, there'd be like fucking 600 offers. You know, come live with me. I'll protect you. Women don't have that. Some women don't. A lot of women don't have that protective instinct over men. That's a motherly. See, that's a positive femininity aspect of women. Where they're like, I do have some female friends that are like that though. They check in on me. How you doing? Are you all right? What's going on with you? I like those kinds of women. They're nice. They're my best friends, my best female friends. I think it's harder for guys to be friends with women than it is for women to be friends with men. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's the same. Maybe it's the same. It's hard to be friends with anybody you're attracted to. Definitely. Really hard. Should I keep streaming or stop streaming? There's another question too. Should I delete all social media and stop streaming completely? I think that would be stupid because I need help, right? And in real life, I don't get much help, you know. Wherever I've traveled to, I don't find real. Most of the best help I've found is through streaming. And the best friends that I've ever made, right? Like you, Eric, and all the other people that I'm friends with in real life. Now, because of the internet. So there is good things about the internet. It's good and bad with everything. Negative and positive. Yeah, I thought they were going to let me through. I had a good feeling and everything. And I was driving there. And I happened to get that one chick. That one chick that was having a bad day. I guess. Yeah, they said I need a plan. I need like a legal business owner to have a work visa for me and a job set up, or somebody that I'm going to marry, or you know what I mean, or something. I have to have something legal, legitimate reason to, a way of supporting yourself too. They said money, or if I had a whole bunch of money, if I like suddenly came into an inheritance or the lottery, they'd be like, "Oh, you're fine. Yeah, go on. You're rich. We want you here." That's what it's all about now. That's countries are selling their citizenship as a resource, which is scary because you know what I mean. Chinese Communist Party can come in and buy citizenship. Yeah, there's even that was on China Uncensored. He was talking about how the Chinese Communist Party is literally having women come here, well, to America, not Canada. Well, Canada probably as well, and get pregnant and then go back to China. Then their child legally has citizenship, which is scary because they're using they're using the birthright citizenship to push a political agenda. Yeah, and they're even getting implanted by an American leftist males, whatever race they may be or ethnicity, and then using that also as a citizenship thing. You know, because my dad's fucking American, right? Kind of thing. Good puppy. I think I'm gonna get my guitar. Yeah, I haven't played guitar in a while. I miss playing guitar. No matter what happens, that's one thing that's always kept me sane, is playing guitar. If you can call me sane. Whether you think I'm sane or insane. I don't think I'm that crazy. Sometimes. If I get upset, I can be quite crazy. But if I'm like mellow and stuff, I'm alright. But I try to avoid those situations. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get my guitar. 'Cause I don't have the computer set up in here and I have nothing else to do. Talk to you fools. Talk to you fools and play some guitar. I think some people like it. I get compliments on that. I get compliments about guitar playing the way women get compliments on their looks. So, as a guy, I have to find something, right? Something to make my ego feel good. You gotta pee? Come on. Let's go pee. Ow! Oh man, I just got my back fucking tensed right up. Holy shit. Oh my god, it hurts. From driving. Driving so long. Oh. Where's that cape? Oh. There we go. Oh man. Well, at least I bought some food. Yeah, and I was starving myself too. Because I was saving the money for the gas, right? As much money as I could have in case one situation didn't work out with one person, you could at least drive somewhere new. I'm basically at the mercy of the gods, you know what I mean? Or God, gods, whatever, universe. It's all the same thing. Oh, if there is a higher power, it's all the same thing. It doesn't matter what you call it. You know. I think the way, and if there is, humans don't really understand. They mislabel it. Oh, yeah, right in the center of the back. Fuck. Right in the middle. All the muscles just went Charlie horse. Oh, man. Brutal. And it won't let go. Holy shit. You know when you move the wrong way? That's what happened. Oh. Yeah, we're all just people, you know what I mean? We're all just people with our thoughts, our feelings, our own personal lives. I can relate to anybody that's honest and genuine. I can't relate to fake people though. They're a whole different creature. That's their coping mechanism though. It's the way they deal with life. But I don't really have much respect for it. People that are fake. Because I can't do it, for one. I kind of envy them in a way too though. I despise them, but I envy them. Because, you know, if I could be fake like that, I'd have so much success. But it wouldn't be based on something real, you know what I mean? I think even if you get success by being fake, you still have to live with the fact that you're fake, right? Yeah. And that'll eat away at you forever. Probably. Unless they don't have a conscience. Well, I guess a lot of them don't have a conscience, so maybe it won't eat away at them forever. Who knows? Deep philosophical questions. Do fake people have consciences? Or do they just bury their conscience? no fucking idea. I wouldn't know because I'm not fake. Oh. Oh, no, it was E. Maybe here. It's all out of tune from being in the car. Being in the car, getting bumped around. I always just tune it to my lowest note. Like, I guess I can, sometimes I can hum lower. Usually it's that note though. Yeah, that's good. C sharp. That's why I tune that way. Plus arthritis. It's easier to play with slacker strings. Even with chords, when you tune like that, it's like a happy medium. If you tune it perfect in one chord, it's out of tune in another. So you got to go back and forth, like E, C, D. It's kind of like life, right? Nothing's perfect. It's just you got to make a compromise between different things. I wish I had the computer set up because I can usually play something on YouTube. And the other thing too is I spend too much time online, so I'm kind of deliberately leaving it packed up so that I don't, sit there fucking wasting my life away like we all do. I'm forced to do other things. No, it's gotta go there. Trying to figure out where that would go. Got a song stuck in my head. That Fleetwood Mac song. That's Pinterest. Notifications. What's going on here? Oh, just people sharing posts. Nothing. A lot of times too, that's the thing with social media. It's just like people sharing their shit, and you're just like, it has nothing to do with you necessarily. So you're just like, oh god, again. Some people share a lot, right? They just share, and it's like, holy fuck, I like you, but stop posting so much shit. Or you have to turn off notifications, you know what I mean? Because you're like, I like you, but I don't want to see every goddamn thing you feel and think, and you know what I mean? They should have a notification thing. It's like only when they tag you. You know what I mean? Then it's relevant to you. Otherwise, it's just a waste of time. That's what I would change if I was a big tech guy in control of social media. I put like notify all or notify tagged. Yeah, you'd have two notification options for every app. That'd be better. And then you can still check in on them, how they doing, you know what I mean? What's going on with them. Oh, but especially Facebook's the worst for that. The more people you have added, the more notifications you get about what every goddamn thing, what they're eating, what they're wearing, where they're going, what's going on. It's fucking crazy. I try not to do that too. I try not to post like every damn thing I'm doing. Then you're just annoying. Yeah. You gotta make it selective, right? Like just the good moments, like, or if it's important. Smoking too. Yeah, I smoked too much on the journey. When you're tired, you fucking just pound coffees and smoke too much. Oh, that's how I got home. Caffeine and nicotine got me home. Part of me wanted to go over PEI because I passed by the bridge that goes to PEI. I can't remember what it's called. I've never been there. So I was like, fuck, maybe I should go to PEI and just check it out, right? But I was tired. If I was richer and I had more money, I would like stay in a hotel, you know what I mean? I would hop in the car and I would just go and then just take my time, you know what I mean? This place looks interesting. I think I'll stop here. That's something you're only privileged to do when you're well off. You know what I mean? You can really get to know a place or check out a place. When you're poor, you know what I mean, you got to drive from location to location and have somewhere to sleep. For rich people, yeah, they can just rent hotels anywhere. And if you have a dog too, even if you have money, a dog is limiting too. Because only certain hotels take dogs. I'm in with Motel 8 and Motel 6. They know my name. Like, they'll rent to me anytime. And with a dog as well. So it's one good thing. They're like, oh yeah, we see you. We rented to you before. You're fine. You left the place in good condition. Oh, my back. Oh, Charlie horse mid-spine. That's where I fell. I broke two ribs. Oh, my brother's streaming. Cool. He streams video games. He's a gamer. He's gotten right into it. He's got a big old TV set and he's got the fucking driving wheel thing and you name it, all the gear and gadgets. That's his thing. What he's into. Gamer streamer. Yeah, I don't like that about social media either. People just can just exist in their own little bubbles, which is cool if you're a hermit and you like that. But if you're not, it forces people, everyone, to be a hermit, even though you're an extrovert and you're a social person who thrives on actual physical contact with people and in-person relations, which is me. It makes social media really toxic because, it makes it harder to find what you're looking for in real life, which is just genuine connections with people, and real relationships, not fake, you know. Sorry, tune again. See, it was in tune in C and E. Now it's out of tune in G. You gotta compromise. You have to compromise to have harmony in every key. That's better. Yeah, I used to busk that song. Was it 10 years after? It goes. song just because of the intro. The rest of it's not that good. Yeah, something like that. Everywhere is freaks and harries, dykes and fairies. Hate speech. Tell me what is sanity. Someone should do that with a modern collage of like everything that's going on in the world right now. That'd be wicked. Tax the rich, feed the poor, till there are no rich no more. I can't sing that high anymore. I'd love to change the world. I don't know what to do. So I'll leave it up to you. How's it go? Skies are sunny. Bees make honey. Oh no, life is funny. Skies are sunny. Life is funny. Oh no. Who needs money? Yeah, that's back then they could get along with no money. That's gone too, that era. Because everything's about money now. So you still had well-off middle-class families where people could just run free and wild and still survive off their families. You know what I mean? Mom, Dad, send me some money. I want to be a hippie. Yeah, it was a good song. Yeah, if you put a capo on, you got to retune it again. The E ends up higher. It's a thicker string. Just like for a quick second. Oops. I'll find some roaches. You can just get in a meditative state, right? Because you're playing a loop, and your brain just fucking tunes out. It's like really good meditation. Hold on a sec here. I'm gonna see if I can find some roaches and get a good buzz on. I tried to get some alcohol too, some liquor, but no such luck. The store wasn't open. It was too early this morning. I wanted a big bottle of bourbon, honey bourbon, but because of the tariff thing, there's like a boycott on U.S. Alcohol, which is fucking stupid. It's Carney and these liberals that's making Canadians hate Americans. And nothing else. The rest of us, we love you guys. We're Americans at heart. You know what I mean? We're the same as you. No difference. Just cultural differences, I guess. Yeah, everything's packed away. There's always no fucking roaches. I even asked them too, can you give me my weed back? If you're not going to let me in, can you at least give me my weed back? They're like, no, sorry. It's fucking funny. Live and learn, eh? Oh, I need something behind my back. Yeah, like a pillow. There. That should help. Oh yeah, that's way better. That feels good. It needs to be more middle. No, that's not doing it for me. The back thing. I find that easier with a pick. That's my favorite one there. It's the easiest formation to play. Gotta be some weed around here somewhere. I smoke so many joints and roaches everywhere. It sucks, man. Oh well, tomorrow I'll go get some. If this is the end of Canada as we know it, then I might as well be fucking stoned and drunk. I thought of that too. Maybe just get fucking shit-faced drunk and stoned and just completely, you know what I mean? Just stream until they fucking come get you. I'm thinking rebellion. find fake people too. They can't understand how someone can be entertained themselves. It's funny. They're almost like, but no one's listening hardly. They have no followers. They're, you know what I mean? It's like it doesn't matter. I can entertain myself. Ah, you can't. You'll never understand spirituality if you can't entertain yourself, or be alone, or be in touch with. You know what I mean? Just listen. Just listen to listen in silence. Listen in silence with no distractions, nobody else around. Yeah, right from that chord. Something can be simple too, and then you just make it more and more complicated with variations. Variations are limitless, endless. That's what the whole universe is based on. A limited number of particles creating infinite variety of structures and substances. It's fucking cool. You're not supposed to put those in there. I just throw them in there. I think if the universe has a system of notes. It's that those diminished. It's all the notes, but that's like the universal thing. It's hard to explain. Let's try lower. I like drop D and drop E. You know what I mean? Yeah. 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 Music's experimental for me. I like fucking around with it. Just it's not about playing something or performing. It's just the notes and the way they make you feel and how they sound or whatever. Fucking need a joint so bad. I need a little doobie. Yeah, that's a roach there. If I can find just like 5 or 6 of them, we're set. The nuggie. The stray nug. Oh. There's another one. Pretty sure. Oh, I bought these too. These were at the dollar store. These, they won't connect though. Bluetooth headphones. Yep. Oh, there we go. I think I found 3 roaches. Nothing ever changes. That's all the same. Same as when I was younger. There's fucking papers now. I'll use these. Look at these. This is the liquor store papers. Canadian lumber. With a plaid background and 2 axes. You can tell who they're marketing to, right? Fucking white males. White working class males, pretty much. It's a thing. That's what Canadian culture's become. Lumberjacks, hockey, beer. It's like trivial Canadian culture. It's not really Canadian culture. It's just, I mean, it's commercialized Canadian culture. That's all a Canadian is maple syrup and hockey and fucking beer. It's your whole life essence. You've been reduced down to a commercial product. They even sell it to the foreigners too. Be like a Canadian. Drink beer. Play hockey. I guess that's the same everywhere too. America's got its own things like that. Oh fuck, none of these are roaches. Shit. One of them is. Yeah, I wish that was open this morning. I would have grabbed a big bottle of. I might have gotten in trouble though too. Sometimes when I drink too much, especially if I'm in a bad headspace, not good. Very, very not good. So I'm kind of glad. It was like the universe saying, "Nope." I take those things as signs. Oh, this one's a roach. If you want something and you know that the outcome could be shitty, and the universe, you know, it just says no. Sorry. That means you're being looked out for by the powers that be, trying to steer you in the right direction and away from the wrong direction. All the peepers are out, the baby frogs. Every spring they come out. Peep, peep. Thousands of them, millions of them, everywhere. That's something nice about Nova Scotia. See, that's real culture, not hockey and plaid jackets and lumberjack axes. That's something you only notice too, staying put in one spot. Little things like that, how nature changes, changing of the seasons. Yeah, they all become unthawed because they're like frozen, and then they start peeping. Then they mate. They all get together and fuck, and then they make more eggs, and then they probably die or get eaten or whatever. I don't know how long they live for, and then the whole cycle starts again in the spring. It's really cool. It's like a yearly cycle. Like their lifespan's only a year. You know what I mean? Then you realize how lucky you are to be able to live for like 100 years or 80 years or 70 years compared to some. There's some creatures that only live months. They come into existence, mate, breed, and that's it. Then they die. We're the same. We're animals. That's all we're meant to do. We just have more time to do it. Which, in a way, you're lucky. They have to do it with whoever, whoever and whatever they encounter. You know what I mean? Humans can be pickier. Yeah, that's weed. It's good. Phone's at 33%. You can plug it in too. Oh, I have nothing else to do, so if you want to hang with me, hang with me. If you don't, don't. That's cool. I just feel like playing guitar. It's therapeutic. I want to get a nice looper pedal, so I can play like what I just played and then make a melody, like a lead, but with perfect clarity, so it sounds the same, like two things the same. That's also a positive feedback loop. You're hearing something in your head, and then it comes out through your fingers, and then it goes into your ears, and then it's back out again. You know what I mean? And then it's doubled up, tripled up, quadrupled up. It's that's spiritual in a way. Not that it involves spirits or ghosts or God or anything like that, but it's a puts you in a higher mind state to hear your own creations. But it's like a selfish spiritual, I guess. Yeah, self actualization. A lot of people aren't fortunate enough to be self aware enough to actualize themselves. Do you know what I mean? I feel sad for those people. They drift through life like in a semi conscious state. only partially self-aware. Sad. Nothing's really that profound, you know what I mean? Or meaningful. Because they miss all that stuff. It just passes them by. They don't even look at it. It's not even a thought. Ooh, that was the best part. The end part. Shit. Right there. Here I am putting it out. There's some roach clips. Yeah, and I'm ignoring what's going on. I don't really care anymore. I don't want to know about it. All I got's my own little world. Join my world or don't. The right people will want to join your world. They'll want to be part of your world. The wrong people won't. It's really that simple. Leave it at that, you know? Accept it. I'm talking to me, not just you. You got to accept it. It is what it is, like you were saying. Does what it does. Wherever you go, there you go. Wherever you are, there you are. My buddy used to say that too. Another friend. Yeah, there's a lot of people with cliche personalities too. They have like a, what's it called they run through? It's like a, they have a number of sayings that they run through and they repeat over and over again. I find that makes them personable and likable. But once you get to know them, you don't like them anymore because you're like, this is all just a script. It's an act. It's a routine. Yeah, it's a routine. Yeah. You're drawn to them at first. You gravitate towards them. They draw you in. But then when you look deeper, there's nothing there underneath it all. Just the wanting to be liked drives it all, I guess. Is that narcissism? Probably. Everybody throws that word around so much. Oh. Wonder if the TV works. I don't watch TV though. Too many commercials. Too much unwanted input. Slipping. Oops. Same thing. See. Yeah, there's all kinds of neat chords like that. I think that's from Diary of a Madman. That weird chord there. Ozzy Osbourne. What's his name there? Randy Rhoads, yeah. I probably copied that subconsciously. Then it's not fake. If you're copying something subconsciously, it's not so much fake. It's just influencing you, right? Higher. But there, yeah. Something like that. Hardcore. Easier there. Ends up back there. Oh, it sounds like the Western thing. Yeehaw! It was hard to switch to. It diminished. There's probably like a Megadeth riff or something there that uses that too. It's like a rising chromatic, yeah. Oh, that's nice too. Yeah, and you discover little things when you just fuck around. That's easier finger picking. Yeah, it's sometimes good to map out the scale too. That top string's tuned down though. To the third fret, yeah. That's it. Where the hell did that go? Hmm. Oh, it's A, yeah. I'm trying to go back to the D. Yeah, that works. And just repeat. Oh, yeah, go back there. Gotta be there. Yeah, I like stuff like that. remember it later on. You get stoned, you make up all kinds of shit. Too much of a stretch there. That's kind of attitude. That'd be cool. Oh, wow, you can just bar it. Oh, phone's dying. sec. Having too much fun playing. Just making shit up. Experimenting. Love experimenting. Did you feel that? Did it feel good? I was joking like that with Grok too. Did you feel that, baby? That big USB-C. Oh, it's better. Seventh. Once you could hit that. No. Yeah, it's more there. autism. Fucking Jimi Hendrix used to do that. He'd be like, too. He'd play like. He used to do shit like that when he was playing. Yeah, he must have had autism. I don't know. Or just musical ability. Not too bad. You can do that too, play a chord and find all the notes around it without letting go of the chord. It's good practice. Bach used to do that all the time. I don't know what you call it. It's like a unison thing. variation of the same thing. Sometimes your pick's too slippery. You almost gotta lick your fingers. There's the higher chord. I struggle sometimes because I have arthritis. Not as limber. In my 20s, though, I could play amazing. No pain, effortless. No mistakes. Pee. Oh, pain, 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 and more pain. Oh well, suffering makes you know you're alive. No suffering, might as well be dead. We gotta make some food puppy soon. Some dinner, yeah. Yeah, I guess in the end, I'm the lonely kid who wants someone to play with. Really. Guitar. Yeah. In your brain. Someone was saying that the other day. A lot of things that settle in when you're young, they settle in forever. It was a Rodney Dangerfield. That's what it was. Rodney Dangerfield documentary. Man, he had a rough life. I didn't know he was Jewish, but yeah, I watched this story. He grew up in a poor neighborhood. His mom was a bit of a whore. Just completely ignored him, treated him bad. That's what his whole act was based on. That's how he became successful. No respect. I get no respect. And he had those buggy eyes, those big blue buggy eyes. But yeah, it was a neat documentary. I'll have to watch the rest of it later. But I wasn't in the mood to watch it. But it popped up or whatever. Yeah, and he had a horrible life as a kid. But then he turned it into success, right? So it's cool. But one of his jokes, yeah, I had no one to play with. The dog. My mom had to put a pork chop around my neck to get the dog to play with me. Stupid shit like that. But it was funny though. Back in the day, it was hilarious. I guess if you're too real too, it scares people off because they're like, "Whoa," you know what I mean? I ain't ready for this. Yeah, it scares a lot of people off if you're too real. If I decide to stay, I'm just gonna go buy a bunch of groceries and continue the blacksmithing. At least I got some weapons. Just teasing, sorta. Oh yeah, I brought the sword with me too, and I said, "There's a sword in there." He's like, "There's a sword in there?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "It's homemade. I made it." He's like, "Okay." As long as you're telling them what's like in there, you know. It's fucking funny as hell. I said, "What'd you think of the sword?" While they're trying to do paperwork and shit. He's like, "Oh, it's pretty good. It's not finished though." He said, "He didn't finish it." It was hilarious. Oh, let's check messages here. Nothing important. Just a bunch of shit. I get notifications. I don't know why I got that other Twitter account. Oh, who's this? Oh, it's a friend suggestion. Ha! Oh my god, no way. Hold on. No fucking way. Here we go. We're back. Yeah, so my whole life's been chaos. Chaos, bad luck, bad circumstances. Never a moment to relax. To like take stock of what just happened the previous moment. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hardly. As soon as you get over the first thing, there's like another thing popping up and just fucking life throwing monkey wrenches at you. Yeah, like an insane monkey with a bucket full of monkey wrenches, just whipping them at you, one after the other. And you're trying to catch them or dodge them. That'd be a good video game. Now, a new set of monkey wrenches. Yeah, I'll stay, I said. I'll stay in Nova Scotia. I'll give it a shot, Mom. I start blacksmithing and then this monkey wrench. Oh, by the way, we're going to make your words into a crime. If you disagree with us, you're a criminal. Fuck, I hate people like that. They're the fake people. They want everyone else to be fake too, right? So punish anyone that doesn't conform. I was so right when I said that the other day. It was so spot on. Hopefully it bothers the fake people when I say that, but it's true. They punish you because you don't conform the way they conform, and they think there's something wrong with you. But there's nothing wrong with you. You're just being genuine, and they're being fake, and they can't handle it. They can't understand how somebody would go against the grain. How dare they? How dare you? It's like, yeah, Greta Thunberg. How dare you be real? How dare you have real feelings, real thoughts, genuine, you know. Pink Floyd's got some lyrics about that, some of their albums. The Wall, yeah, The Wall is an example of that. The Wall is the fake, the barriers you build up, the boundaries, the barrier you build up, man. You build it up one piece at a time, right? Until there's eventually a wall surrounding you. Nobody can get into your heart because it's just closed off by this big brick wall. And it's life that creates the bricks, right? It's a good metaphor. A great metaphor. Yeah, and then he just snaps, and the character, I can't remember who the character is. What does he call the character? The main character is the guy who's building up the wall, and then he smashes the wall. He's like, tear down the wall, tear down the wall, right? Starts with school, family. Yeah, go on, eat your meat. How can you have any pudding if you haven't eaten your meat? Actually, that's good to do with kids. Make them eat all their food. So I disagree with that part. That's not really making a brick in the wall. But the general concept, it's all metaphor, right? Yeah, real people use metaphors a lot. It's a way of speaking freely without speaking freely. You know what I mean? They're more effective too. Memes. That's why the right likes memes. You can say what you're saying just in a picture really quickly, and people get it, right? That's why the left can't meme because it's full of fake people. They don't understand. They don't understand that a good meme's based on a real concept put forward in an image. You know what I mean? They get it, but they don't get it because they're just not real. There's people on the right though that are fake too. Oh, I gotta cook some food. Should see what's on YouTube. I'm gonna get off here. I don't have much more to say, but that's there it is. That's the what's going on with me. All right, if you care.